Having a good day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World, the Black Business School. I want to do a quick Black financial report for you guys. Amazon. Amazon just shocked the world with the earnings announcement that it just released. And the company apparently has been secretly making money hand over fist. Apparently that trend has not stopped. I think Amazon literally just reshaped the entire economic outlook for the entire United States with their earnings report. So I'm going to talk to you about this and kind of break this down for you real quick. First of all, we started the day this morning. We did our first conversation early this morning where I was telling you guys about the doom and gloom scenario, how it continued. The first couple of days of this week were really, really bad. We were talking about, the good times that could be coming, the bad times, et cetera, the nuances. Now, I can just tell you that most of that actually, a lot of that disappeared in the afternoon. The dip that occurred this morning went away. The market actually ended on an upbeat, and that's how the market works. The market can go either direction at any time. So you have to kind of be ready for that. And Amazon comes out after the bell, after the closing bell. Amazon makes their earnings report and literally just knocks the socks off all the expectations. I mean, literally blows the expectations out of the way. Now, if you happen to be one of the students in my class, I have to brag a little bit because I've been talking to you guys about Amazon for a long time. Amazon is just if I had a favorite company, I might pick Amazon as my favorite company in the United States because of the way they just know how to rock it. I mean, you want to talk about a company that knows how to pivot. When COVID hit, Amazon did not panic. Jeff Bezos didn't shut down the whole factory. They ran ad campaigns to adjust to the new economy, and they just kept it moving and are killing the game. I mean, absolutely killing the game. So let me go ahead and mention some. Mention what city you're from, by the way. Tell me what city. I'd like to see what cities you guys are from. And I see John Marie says it pulled back. It's amazing that they employ over 1 million employees. Yeah, Amazon's extraordinary. Jeff Bezos is one of the guys where I took the time to read his bio. And if you have children that you want to grow into multimillionaire moguls, just know Jeff Bezos was a really smart kid in math and science and all that. A lot of you have kids that are good at math and science. And like our 17-year-old whose office is right next to mine, he's going to go to college to be an engineer. And we've had the Jeff Bezos conversation. We've had that conversation. We don't just do birds and bees conversations. We've talked about the Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk conversation that says maybe you can be an employee, maybe you can go work for somebody and make some money if you go work for somebody. But let's look at these guys over here because these guys make more money in an hour than most people make in an entire year. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that there's a whole world out there. And I think Jeff Bezos kind of exemplifies the possibilities that can occur when you build your own. So let me read some of this to you. Hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button. It says Amazon, according to CNBC, Amazon had a blowout third quarter result on Thursday, including a big beat on the top line and double-digit revenue growth year over year. The stock climbed 1.5% after hours. Earnings, pay attention now. The expected earnings per share for Amazon stock was $7.41 per share. That's what the market expected. But the company delivered $12.37 a share. I mean, that's like, you expect the Lakers to beat the Heat by 10 points and they beat them by 35. I mean, that literally is a blowout blockbuster result. I was kind of stunned when I read it because I recently just read a report that Amazon stock usually drops after its third quarter earnings announcement. They said on average in 19 years, Amazon's stock price tends to go negative after its third quarter result. For some reason, first quarter, they tend to do extremely well. They tend to go up about 4%. Third quarter, they go down about 1.5%. So I thought that this would be kind of a bad outcome for them. But what a lot of people are finding is that there are lots of earnings surprises in the age of COVID because nobody knows what the hell's going on. Everybody's trying to predict and all this other stuff. And basically it goes back to a basic idea. You cannot predict the unpredictable. You cannot predict that which is not predictable. And so Amazon is not, or their results were just not something that's easily predictable. And that's why all the predictions were wrong. So Amazon keeps on surprising everybody. I think Jeff Bezos is the kind of guy who kind of operates as if COVID is manageable. That's what I've noticed from the very beginning. He never shut down hardly anything. He dealt with the public backlash. Yeah. You call him a crook. You call him a jerk. You get mad at him because our country hates rich people, right? We think all rich people are the devil. He said, fine, I create 1 million jobs. He created 1 million jobs for people. Many of those jobs are 6-figure jobs. People are doing very well working with him. But then there are the critics, and the critics should exist. They have a right to exist. But the criticism, it doesn't have the ability to stop him from moving forward. And so in a way, it's a powernomics principle. Powernomics says that power is the ability to pursue your agenda despite the opposition of others, where you don't need to have, shall we say, unanimous agreement with what you're doing. Sometimes you just got to go do it and just let people get mad at you. And some of you have that in your life. You got people that have, the peanut gallery. They all got something to say. They all want to talk bad or good or whatever. But at the end of the day, you're the boss. You make that decision. So Jeff Bezos, from what I observed as an outsider looking in, when everybody said, oh my God, COVID's here, you got to shut everything down. He said, no. He said, we're going to, disinfect our factories. We're going to try to keep our workers safe. He knew that I'm sure he knew a few thousand people would catch it, which millions of people have caught it. Most of 99.9% of them don't die, right? It's a very high, survival rate, but still, right? You have sensitive people who say, stop, don't do it. Well, I don't know. I kind of like Bezos's leadership style. I really did. I actually thought that is actually a kind of leadership that actually gets you results. You're not going to be successful and not have people mad at you. And so anyway, or maybe people are mad at him. He's making, damn near $1 billion a day by now. I don't know. At least 50 to $100 million a day. So that hopefully will soothe his feelings and help him feel better when people are mad at him. So anyway, let me keep going. Hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button. So revenue was 96 billion compared to 92 billion expected. So Amazon pulled in $96 billion in revenue this quarter. Earnings were $12.37 per share. They said Amazon says sales in the fourth quarter will be between 112 billion or 121 billion, which comes out of growth of 28 to 38% from a year earlier. Analysts were expecting 112.3 billion. The company forecast operating income to be 1 to 4.5 billion, assuming 4 billion of costs tied to COVID. So they were prepared to just sort of move through COVID and just deal with it as a big expense. They spent $4 billion this quarter fighting COVID, just dealing with COVID related costs. But they continued to trudge forward and were still able to make a profit for their investors, which is really interesting to observe. Amazon's cloud computing unit, Amazon Web Services, reported net sales of 11.6 billion, up 29% year over year. So millions of people working from home boosted up Amazon Web Services. Amazon Web Services was kind of the secret weapon that Amazon had before before COVID and everything happened. Amazon Web Service popped out. Nobody knew they were making that much money from it, and suddenly, out of the blue, this company's making just money hand over fist, and they're doing this with this cloud computing, and nobody knew what was going on. Well, now Now the secret's out the bag. So that's what it is. All right. So anyway, moving on. Let's see here. Let me, Doctor, have you heard of Thomas Sowell? Yes, I have. But we're not talking about Thomas Sowell today. We're talking about Amazon. We're talking about Professor Jeff Bezos, because this man knows how to make money, and Amazon stock. How many of you, give me a yes or no, own Amazon stock? How many of you have bought Amazon? I'm raising both hands because I bought a lot of it, and I've always been a fan of Amazon. I told you I like companies with good management teams. And really what I look for when I pick a company is I ask myself, do you know how to pivot? I'll give you, I don't know. Maybe this is on my mind. I got a message out of the blue on Instagram from the tall guy from Belle Biv DeVoe. Remember Ronnie he was a New Edition, right? And he messaged me because he wanted to take a class in the Black Business School. And so anyway, so I'm thinking about the New Edition song, Can You Stand the Rain? And remember they said sunny days, everybody loves them, but tell me, baby, can you stand the rain, right? And Johnny Gill comes in, right? So to me, the question when I look at stock is, and this is why I like Amazon, is that my question is sunny days, everybody loves them, but tell me, can you stand the rain? Can you stand the rain? Because, a strong management team for a good company is a company that knows how to stand the rain, that knows how to pivot, that knows how to adjust to changing economic circumstances. And if anything tested your ability to stand the rain, it was COVID. Some companies drove themselves off a cliff during COVID. Some companies couldn't adjust and adapt fast enough. Some companies said, there's an opportunity buried under every situation. Let's figure out what that opportunity is. So for anybody out here who's a business owner, that's a little piece of advice. Learn how to pivot. You guys don't know, Twitter actually was the result of a pivot. Twitter was originally, I got to go look up, I got to go read the complete story. But from what I understand, Twitter was a whole different company that had a whole bunch of crazy features that nobody wanted. They released it. They thought they were going to make a killing, and it flopped completely. Twitter is the result of a flop company. Twitter is basically the afterbirth of a dead baby. Like, I know that sounds gross, but that's what it is. Twitter literally was something that was literally an afterthought. The tweets were a small feature that was added on to something else that was supposed to be the main feature. So when they found that the market did not appreciate what they'd created, they looked around. They said, okay, how do we pivot? And they said, okay, people hate this and they hate this and they hate this, but they like these little stupid little tweets. Like, we just threw the little tweets in as an afterthought. Well, I guess they like the tweets, so let's go focus on the tweets. So they went and they focused on the tweets. Next thing you know, you've got a multi-billion-dollar company called Twitter that's changing the world. Jack Dorsey is right now on Capitol Hill testifying because they're accusing him of having such a massive, powerful, multi-billion-dollar platform that he's changing elections, not just in the United States, but all over the world. There are dozens, hundreds of countries around the world whose elections are being impacted by what happens on Twitter. Right. So what I want to say to you, this is really true in life in general, is that in life, sometimes you got to pivot. That's it. People that don't know how to pivot are one-trick ponies. They get stuck. It's like in football. Like if you run the ball and you cut on the AstroTurf and you can't pivot, you're going to break your ankle. You're going to twist your knee out. You're going to tear up your ACL. You got to know how to pivot. Or if you're running down the field and you can't pivot, you're going to run right into the wall and get tackled very easily because you don't know how to stick, duck, dodge, and move and get around the tacklers, right? So in anything you're trying to build, anything you're trying to do, always remember the importance of pivoting. And speaking of pivoting, we have a lot of stuff in the Black Business School that can actually help you. If you go to financialjuneteenth.tv.com, actually, we have a show every Monday night at 8 o'clock. It is a Black business pitch competition, and it's called Life's a Pitch. And in this competition, every Monday at 8 o'clock, we bring in video of 3 Black-owned businesses that do 90-second pitches. And right then on the spot, Lene Javette and I give them feedback on their pitch. We let the audience give them feedback on their pitch. And then also they get thousands of dollars worth of free advertising for all the Black people who now know about their business. So if you are a person who either has a Black business and you want to do better, or maybe you want to try to be on the show, or you want to be in the audience because you want to support Black-owned businesses, either with your financial support or just by giving them feedback, advice, and information or connections, whatever, then go to financialjuneteenth.tv.com. Make sure you subscribe at financialjuneteenth.tv.com, and we will send you a notification to let you know when we're going to do this show. Okay, and then last but not least, if you want free stuff from the Black Business School, you can go to firstshareofstock.com. That's firstshareofstock.com. Sign up there, and we will send you free information. And also, if you haven't learned how to invest, there's no reason to be ashamed. The first training is totally free. Like I can totally give you everything you need to get started, and you can have this for the rest of your life. Like, this will make a big difference for you. Okay. So anyway, so this isn't just about Jeff Bezos and Amazon. I told you guys I love Amazon. Amazon is one of my favorite companies to invest in. But really, it's about you, and it's about you getting in the game and playing to the best of your ability. Just because you're in the game doesn't mean you're really playing the game at a high level, right? So don't be a person who will go make it rain in the club and drop $200-$300, but then put $10 in your stock portfolio and say, "Well, I'm doing something." No, don't pussyfoot through it. Don't Tinkerbell through it. Go hard in the paint. Both feet jump in, push. And people that build wealth are very pushy investors. They're very ambitious. They're very they're very almost ferociously committed to their future. So I want you to be ferociously committed to the future of your family so that you can build something up in this mug. Like, that's what you got to do. You have to go hard in the paint. So are we in agreement? Do you get what I'm saying? Give me a yes or no in the chat so I can walk out of here and go take my nap and know that I did something good for the world and hopefully told you something that was going to help you. Give me a yes or no in the chat. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, I see some yeses. Great. All right, so do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up button before you go. Thumbs up, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to get notifications when I go live, text the word BOICE to 31996. It's right there in the ticker. Text BOICE to 31996. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, share, and subscribe button, especially on the Black Financial Channel, because I go live on the Black Financial Channel several times a day because the stock market, there's always something changing. There's always another angle. There's always more information, and this is just fun for me. So anyway, take care, guys. I'm going to take a nap. Love you. Have a good day. And congrats if you own Amazon stock. I'm sure you are balling right now, and you're probably the richest person in your family. So good for you. Talk to you later. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.